What's up? I'm Jay.
I'm also Jay, and
And
we're J and J
Reacts.
Reacts
We're watching Death Note episode
8.
8. Yep.
Got
Got our chips, Only potato chips I could find in here. You got heard some Doritos.
Already open.
Needed potato chips for this episode.
That's what I heard. So must gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I just say? Must gonna be? I feel like I left out a word there, but anyway.
It's gonna be a good one. That's all you need.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Let's get into it.
Oh, we're really doing countdown? Did you just turn it up? I feel like it turned up on mine.
Oh,
Maybe
no,
not.
I turned my headphones down.
I feel like it just got louder for no reason at all.
Yeah, my headphones a lot louder than yours, so I had to turn mine down.
I had all myself turning it down already. Don't do that. You ain't got time for that. Pull yourself together. Right now. Get up.
Dang, they don't got no pictures. Maybe turn down the graphics. Ellen White.
Oh, you're not close the door. That's some photos. You just use your mouth to open it?
No.
That was footage from surveillance cameras at the station. The death of one of the FBI agents is captured on here.
Let's see the following scenes again. Ray Penber passing the ticket gate on his way in, then him boarding the train, and finally the part where he dies on the platform.
Okay, let's see.
I think it's next.
He was eating ice cream.
Oh, here it is.
That's why he was eating ice cream.
So based on the records I have here, Ray Penber comes through the west entrance of Shinjuku
Oh,
Station at
ice cream?
3:11 p.m.
Yep.
Then at 3:13 he boards a train
I was
on the
waiting on you.
Yamanote line. But even if he was following someone at that time, I think it's going to be very difficult for us to draw any real conclusions from this blurry video. Then at exactly 4:42 p.m. Oh, thank you very much, Watari. And at 4:42 p.m. he exits the train at Tokyo Station and dies on the platform.
It's quite strange, don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Our
What do you find
personality,
strange?
I'll be like, why you got
What
fish
is it?
food?
Did you notice something?
We know that Ray Penber got
You
on
just
the train.
blacked out.
Thought it was
Hour
about to
and a half
fall.
later, he got off and
Definitely
died on the
was
platform. But
going
the
in.
Yamanote line only takes an hour to complete its circuit, and more importantly, there's the envelope.
What do you mean?
He's holding what looks like an envelope when he passes through the ticket gate.
Huh? You're right. It's there under his arm. But in the footage right before his death, it's gone. I can't believe you actually caught that.
Well, I don't see an envelope on this list of his personal effects.
Which means it was left on the train. And if you watch closely at the very end here, it seems like he's straining to look inside the train before the doors close. You can see right here.
If that's the case, do you think it could mean something?
Wouldn't it be interesting if Kira was on that train?
That's impossible.
I admit I find it hard to believe as well. There's no reason for Kira to come to the scene of his own crime when he can kill from a distance. Well, maybe he was counting on us to make that assumption and figured he could get away with such a bold move.
What's going on with you, Light? You haven't stopped writing criminals' names in the Death Note for 4 days straight, so what are you trying to prove? I don't see the point in writing these names weeks in advance. I've never seen the Death Note used like this.
Consider it insurance. Suppose the son of the detective superintendent of the NPA was hospitalized. If criminals stopped dying at the same time, it wouldn't be difficult to connect the two.
So that's what this is.
Are you sure that I can use any date as long as it's before the end of a person's predetermined lifespan?
Well, I can't guarantee it because we Shinigami don't normally work that way, but I suppose any time before the end of their lifespan should work.
I really can't count on you, can I?
You got
No.
that right.
You never know the end of
Yes?
somebody's lifespan.
Yeah.
Yes, would you please hold for a moment? Ryuzaki, it's Yukita at the NPA. He says he's on the phone with someone from the tip line who has information for us.
Right. Then give Yukita the number for line 5 and ask him to have the informant call that line instead. It'll be safer that way. Mr. Matsuda, it's okay for you to turn on your cell phone now. Actually, please turn it on right away.
Sure.
Yes, this is Suzuki, head of Kira's Investigation Public Information Division. Ray Pember's fiancée, Naomi Misora. I've heard that name before. So it's her. She's from the Los Angeles baby murder case. That's right. She was working under me. I guess she must have come to Japan with her fiancé. Well, apparently she's been missing since the day after her fiancé died.
I'm sure that anyone in her situation would be pretty depressed. Was it suicide?
No, the Naomi Misora I knew was strong. Not to mention she was also an excellent FBI agent. If anything, it's more likely she'd be trying to catch Kira. It appears she came to Japan with Penber. It's possible that she may have found a lead. If that's the case, did Kira manage to get to her first? Everyone, at this point I'd like to focus our investigation on only those people who Ray Pember was tailing. In particular, he was assigned to 2 police officers and those closest to him.
Very well. Who are these 2 individuals he was investigating?
Deputy Director Kitamura, along with Detective Superintendent Yagami and their families. At this stage, I'd like to place wiretaps and surveillance cameras in both households.
I have to make sure there's no evidence left on this computer, just in case someone goes through it. Now I just have to hide these clippings from the death note in here.
It seems like you're pretty skilled with your hands. I bet you're pretty popular with the girls, aren't you?
Skill has nothing to do with it. It's your looks that count. I'm guessing you're not that popular, are you? Surveillance cameras? Ryuzaki?
I don't see how you could even consider this. If this got out, we'd have a civil rights scandal on our hands. We'd all lose our jobs.
You told me you'd be willing to risk your lives for this investigation, but you wouldn't risk your jobs?
Ryuzaki, what are the odds that Kira's in one of those households?
Maybe 10%. No, it's closer to 5%.
Seriously? I'm sorry, but it's not worth the risk.
No. Of all the people we've investigated so far, not one of them seemed even the least bit suspicious. Even if there's only a 1% chance, we simply can't afford to ignore it.
Chief?
I don't have to tell you how offended I am to learn my family is under suspicion. Having said that, just go ahead with it. And make sure you install them everywhere. I don't want any blind spots in the house, and that includes the bathroom.
Thank you very much. That was my intention.
Come on, Chief. You don't have to agree to this.
Yes, he's right. Think about your family. You have a
What
wife
is
and
his
daughter
name,
at home,
so-
don't you?
Yes, I'm well
Stop
aware of that
respecting
fact.
his family.
But there is no point in doing any of this if we can't be thorough. Now I suggest you keep quiet.
Well,
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Excuse me.
Stress.
As a courtesy to the
Definitely
chief
stressful.
and his family, only he and I will conduct surveillance of their home. Watari, how long will it take to prepare the wiretaps and cameras we need?
Well, starting tomorrow, I can set them up at any time, provided we know when both houses will be empty.
See you later, Light.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. What? No one's home yet.
I'm gonna leave it out so long. Even with your mother's
I'm
there.
home.
no. Not black family. That be having everything wrong.
How's it going? I don't think anyone else is in the house right now. Do you want to play some video games? Come on, it's been a while. You listening? Hey, Light!
I don't believe it. I never knew he went to such great lengths. What could he be hiding in there that he doesn't want anyone else to see?
For a 17-year-old kid, I wouldn't say this kind of behavior is particularly abnormal. When I was his age, I did strange things too. Have you ever talked to your son about the investigation?
Of course not. I've never once revealed classified information to my family. Besides, I don't get to see them too often these days, and usually as soon as I get home, all I can do is sleep.
I understand.
Where exactly are we going? Light, don't ignore me when I'm talking to you or I'll get mad. Huh?
Doesn't look like these clothes have been bugged. I think we're safe. Listen to me. There's a very strong possibility that there are wiretaps and maybe surveillance cameras hidden throughout my house.
Really? But that piece of paper was still in your door, wasn't it?
That's true, but I left the paper in the door in a way that it would be obvious to anyone entering the room. The real test is the handle.
It is?
When that door is closed, the door handle automatically returns to a horizontal position and it won't go any higher than that. But whenever I close the door, I adjust it slightly. Instead of letting it sit horizontally, I lower it by about 5 millimeters. When I get home and I try to open the door, if the handle is all the way up, I can be fairly certain that someone was in my room. But that method alone doesn't tell me if my door was actually opened. So I put a mechanical pencil lead in place as well.
So what do you do with it?
It goes on the hinge. After I close the door, I take the pencil lead and rest it on the hinge in such a way that it will break if the door happens to be opened by anyone. Normally, I'd take it out myself when I get back home. When I got home from school today, I noticed that the pencil lead was broken.
Now that you mention it, I do remember that.
First the door handle, then the lead. I know someone was in there today.
Maybe it was your mother.
My family wouldn't have noticed the piece of paper. What's suspicious is that someone took the time to put it back in the door.
Hi there. Can I help you?
What's this all about? Are you buying a book about wiretaps and surveillance so you can figure this mess out?
By the way, Ryuk, what about your apples?
Apples? That's right, surveillance cameras. Once the apple's in my mouth, no one can see it. But while I'm holding it, it looks like it's floating.
I thought so. You told me that Shinigami can't die, so I guess it won't kill you to stop eating apples for a while.
Don't you think that's a bit much? Come on. I never told you this, but apples are to me what cigarettes and alcohol are to humans. Do you see what I'm saying? I even get withdrawal symptoms.
Oh yeah? What kind of symptoms?
My body gets all twisted. I do handstands. It's not pretty.
I don't need to see that.
I know.
Okay, here's the thing. Unfortunately, I already gave Elle the hint that Shinigami love apples, so I just can't afford to take the risk.
When did you?
If it's so important for you to eat apples, you'll have to find out where all the cameras are hidden. If you're lucky, you might find a blind spot where you can eat them without being seen. All right, let's go.
Yeah, a
Just to
camera
use
search.
them.
Sounds so interesting.
Yeah, White definitely is very smart at using people. Like, change the deal with half his eye, or not half his eye, give him his eyes for your life.
Oh, I have to find the cameras.
I can't believe my son is looking at those magazines.
It's normal for a 17-year-old. But it seems contrived. It's too obvious. The only reason he didn't want anyone in his room was because he had these magazines. That's what he wants us to think.
Hey, that's my son you're talking about. Are you honestly telling me that you suspect him?
I do suspect him. That's why I placed wiretaps and surveillance cameras in your house and the deputy director's house.
I found a camera in the air conditioner.
So they really put cameras in here. They must have bugged the place as well. Even if this is the Kira case, I didn't think the Japanese police would ever go this far. This must be L's idea, which means they've narrowed down their list of suspects. By now, they must have figured out that it was someone who Ray Pember was investigating, or they wouldn't have gone to all this trouble.
Lighting.
Man, these covers mislead you all the time. No. Given the situation, it's safer if I just assume I'm their prime suspect and the only one being watched. It'll be okay. Luckily, I prepared for this kind of situation.
Oh, Light.
Hey, Light! Come on! Dinner's ready!
I love you. Always.
Hideki Ryuga! I swear he's perfect! How come no one in my class is like that?
Sayu.
Just eat your dinner.
I'll eat later.
Hello, Mr. Aizawa. Are the Kitamuras watching television now?
Yes. He's not home, but the other four are watching while they eat dinner. It's Channel 4.
Watari, please contact the broadcasters and tell them to play our message.
Very well. Understood.
That's right. My parents met George Martin.
What's this? ICPO? They're saying that in response to the Kira murders, Interpol has decided to dispatch a force of 1,500 investigators to Japan. The investigators were drawn from the law enforcement agencies of its member nations. 1,500 investigators? Whoa.
Chances are they've got cameras in the living room as well. Regardless of whether this news is real or not, it's obvious they're just trying to evoke reaction from me. Hell, this is the exact same trick he used last time. The ICPO sure is stupid.
Like stonewalling me. I keep looking at
I mean, there's no point in making this announcement.
Like,
if they're gonna send all these people here to investigate, shouldn't they keep it a secret?
This episode's a very good episode.
Even the FBI agents who were secretly investigating were killed by
playing
Kira.
off each other.
Why would this be any different? If you ask me, this is nothing more than a desperate attempt to shock Kira in the hopes that he'll reveal himself somehow. Quite frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if Kira sees right through this.
Your son's clever,
right,
isn't he?
I feel like that's
yes.
basically telling him like
dinner, Mom.
it's me, but
You're
he's
eating
doing
a
it
bag
in a
of
way
chips?
that you
You
can't.
just had dinner. Your good looks are gonna go down.
Well, I see what you're saying, but also everybody already know that Lights is smart and he's that he's training to be a detective. So anyone with his skill level should see through that. And you know, like how I be explaining stuff to you, that's basically what he's just doing with his family. Just to be like,
I get that. I guess I don't know. I'm always trying to. I still feel like because L is so intelligent, that yes, Light is super intelligent as well. So I don't know, and maybe I'm overthinking it, which is why I would have some coffee. But I just feel like any little thing would just give. Even if L don't figure it out in that moment, he's definitely that compounded with this clue and this clue and this clue. Because only a matter of time before he figure out, like, for sure it's you.
Yeah.
Like, but at the same time, Light doesn't know, but he probably suspects that his dad is aware of the cameras. And since his dad isn't there, he can only assume that his dad is also with Hale watching. So he can't deviate too much of how he would normally respond because then that would let his dad know something's up.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of I don't know. It's a lot of mind games going on. I don't have the mental stamina to keep up.
Down the drain if you keep that up.
It's a
I
late
got
night
caught
snack for
episode
studying.
2.
Right? I would have caught episode 1. I would have told on
I
myself.
think that's it, Light. I found every camera they put in the house.
got
I
the
guess
bubble?
Shinigami
Shaking?
get
Look at
tired
it
when they
shaking.
work hard. Now let me
Yeah, that
explain where they
junkie
all
is.
are. It's a
He
little
did say
bit
he had wood
complicated,
jaw?
so listen
Oh,
up.
shit.
There's nothing I hate more than explaining something twice.
All right, it's time for me to hit the books.
There sure are a lot of cameras in this room. I counted 64 in total. I guess whoever put them here expected you to at least find some of them.
It has to be L. He had no qualms about putting a death row inmate in his place when he declared war on me. It's pretty clear he doesn't know any limits.
What I want to know is how am I going to be able to eat apples?
Obviously, that's impossible now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, I guess you can't talk in here. But we'd better discuss this outside tomorrow.
Okay, I think I'm getting the hang of this now. Judging by the number of cameras he's planted, he's planning to make a decision within a short period of time. Any normal person would slip under these circumstances, but it won't be that easy with me, Elle. This is the closest you get.
That's what you said, Chip. And specifically, ladies.
I could not find that.
I've set things up so that criminals will continue to die over the next 3 weeks. But Elle is aware by now that Kira can control the times of death of his victims. Therefore, to avoid suspicion, Elle needs to see that criminals whose names are being broadcast continue to die while I have no access to that information.
Oh, the symptoms are starting!
I'm gonna show you, Elle. With Reed's information and my preparations, I can continue to kill criminals whose names are broadcast on the news, while masquerading as a typical high school student studying for his entrance exams.
Wow, a mini TV to put
Just watch me.
Wow.
I'll solve equations with my right hand and write names with my left. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
You know, he just ate dinner, so this was late night
After dinner,
snack.
your son just goes back to studying without turning on the TV or his computer?
It's because the entrance exams are 5 days away.
Now, a criminal who I should have no knowledge of will die of a heart attack in 40 seconds. And the witness to my alibi is Elle himself.
Yeah, you know they got money for him to buy a mini TV and just throw it away.
I missed that. I was looking down, but
Ryuzaki.
just threw it away like it was throwing away the bag of chips.
Yeah.
A few minutes ago, a bank clerk being questioned on suspicion of embezzlement and a purse snatcher being held in a detention center were broadcast on the news. They both just died of sudden, inexplicable heart attacks.
It's him again.
While all that was happening at your home, your wife and daughter were watching television. When that was over, they turned the TV off and didn't watch anything afterwards. From just past 7:30 until now, 11 o'clock, your son's done nothing but study. Kira needs a name and a face. Without those, he can't kill. So I suppose anyone who didn't watch the news can't be Kira, right?
You said it yourself. That means my family has been cleared.
It doesn't make sense that Kira would kill two petty criminals right after their identities were broadcast. I know it's only the first day after the cameras were installed, but the Yagami household seems almost too innocent to me.
Light, are you up yet?
Always looks very.
Yeah, I'm awake.
You know, he was eating the ice cream.
Today's garbage day, so if you've got any, bring it down with you, okay?
What a pain.
What are you talking about? You usually say there's no need to remind me, Mom.
Yeah.
It's a little heavier.
Another beautiful day.
Well, I can't say for sure whether you're extremely generous or just a spoiled brat. But didn't that mini LCD TV cost you $400?
Good morning.
Sure, you see it go in the trash.
Balcony in his room?
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that does seem like it flew by.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how is he not gonna get busted?
Choose to let me pause it.
Nope. Watch this outro.
Okay.
Watch.
Definitely
interesting.
Yeah.
This whole cat and mouse thing.
Yeah.
It's like the stakes are getting higher and higher and higher.
Get a potato chip and eat it.
I'm so for me, I don't know where I understand. I feel like I'm missing these little windows or something. I don't know. I'm missing something.
But yeah, this was definitely a very good episode. One of my favorite episodes just because of that moment. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, it's about to get real or something. When you were like, wait, before we start, gotta get potato chips. So bring me some too. I
But
definitely was not expecting for him to be eating potato chips on the show. And definitely wasn't expecting the freaking TV to be in there. Like, how did he get it in there? And then he opened the bag. I didn't even think about that till just now. Like, he ain't put nothing in the bag. He
well,
opened the bag and it was already in.
people open up bags and reseal them. So.
True that. It's not like we saw him get potato chips. Because where did he pull them out from? Or they didn't show?
I actually.
I'm like, did he pull them out of the drawer? Did he pull them out of his bag?
I
Now,
think he did pull them out like the pantry or something. I don't know. He put them in there.
that's risky.
Yeah, definitely risky.
Because anybody could have
Went and got them.
like, you know what, I'm in a mood for some Lay's or whatever, crap. He is that heavy. This time, normally be light as air.
Damn. But like he put like 3 potatoes in it.
Yeah, actual non-cut, non-cooked potatoes. Yeah, there's some weight in here. But yeah, and then think about he could have purchased it. Obviously, purchased the mini TV, put it in there, reseal it. That makes sense. That's the only other way I can think about how it was in there. Like, when I opened it, and there was chips all around, so for this one dark spot, and it showed that little gleam. My first thought was like, dang, how they put a camera in the chips? And he know it, because he seemed very like, I want you to focus on me and these chips. But yeah.
Yeah, when I first watched it, I thought it was a camera too. I was like, "Hey, that is very risky for the." They're talking about losing their job. Someone definitely will see this, and what they just like they want to see how light will react with finding this camera and be like, "Whoa,
What?
yeah,
There's
yeah,
a camera in the chips? What's happening?
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't even expect him to react that way. Even if he wasn't Kidder, he would be trying to probably analyzing,
yeah."
like, why would somebody put chips in this bag? And he would probably do his own investigation.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not your average teenager, which is it's funny because a lot of the stuff he was, I say, pretending to do to look normal
Made him look
made
more.
him look more abnormal.
Yeah.
So, like, you're drawing more attention to yourself because it's like, really, this is all you do.
Spend all your day doing it.
And he's gonna have to switch it up too because I would just think intellectually he would get bored
Yeah.
looking at those magazines and stuff. Especially that's obviously not something that he would do on a norm.
Yeah.
You know, he needs.
And he went to the store to buy those, so he didn't have it, so he had to go buy them. Just for this one day, he spent a decent amount of money.
Well, he thought it was gonna be one. Oh yeah. Just for that first day,
Yeah.
he spent at least $1,000 somewhere. I would assume.
Well, at least 400.
Well, it had to be a little bit more than that. I mean, not much more because I don't know how much the magazines cost
Yeah.
he got, but it looked like 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
And then what about the hollowed out book, fake book that he put them in? Did he make that or did he buy it? probably made it.
Yeah, he had like his whole shelf seemed like he had a whole bunch of those holler out books with like series of books in there.
You're
So
right. So that would have to be something custom. So he probably made it himself. Just like was it like pages of the Death Note that he stitched into a jacket
yeah,
so that he would be able to have access to it when he's outside of the house and no one's watching him. I would assume that's
yeah.
why he did.
I think he like cut the seals in his jacket,
Mhm.
so he can have like an extra little pocket to
Mhm.
stash them in. Yeah,
Yeah. Pretty clever. Definitely would not have thought of
any of the and
the things that he's done.
the on what the mechanical pencil fake.
Oh yeah, that's just like
Yeah.
First of all, I don't think me, you, or anybody that lives in this house would pay that much attention to even do that,
Yeah,
like, or notice it.
and then put like his key in there to make it less suspicious because it like draws you in there like he's not hiding nothing. You see the diary.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely a very smart because you see diaries, you be like, oh, that's all this.
Like he has it locked.
Yeah.
He doesn't want anybody to read his stuff. And I would assume that his parents are the type of parents that would see that and think like, I want to invade his privacy, so they would just
Yeah.
close it
Yeah,
and not look any further.
because also like how he was saying, his parents is very proud of him, so they don't want anything to distract him or make him a little bit angry with them because they know he got to study and he already be tired.
Obviously, he does a lot of studying, which is why he's a student.
Yeah.
So all of that to